So how's it? I'm the Robfather to everyone out there in social media land, the internet, and I used to be a DJ until lockdown, and now I make hot sauce. Hot sauce.
Where did you grow up?
I'm from a small town in North Coast, KwaZulu-Natal, Mshloti Beach. It's just after Mhlanga Rocks and just before Ballito. Everyone knows Ballito and Mhlanga. It's a little town in between the two. That's where I'm from, yeah.
Okay. Why did you leave there? Is it like a little small village or?
Yeah, it is a small town. I mean, when I grew up there, it was sort of like Komiki kind of vibes, but now it's more like Hamps Bay, Clifton. It's changed a lot. I mean, when I grew up there, it really was like a one-horse town.
Okay.
And I went back there after about 10, 12 years of not being there, and it's completely just blown up mansions as far as the eye can see. So yeah, that's where I'm from. Small town, KwaZulu, on the beach. I mean, I literally grew up about 50 meters from the beach my entire life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been living in Cape Town?
I've been in Cape Town since November 99.
Cape Town is different things to different people. What is Cape Town to you, from you?
Cape Town, I think a lot of people have this experience. I think when you move here and you didn't grow up here, it's quite tough socially. So, but then, that's all changed. The city's been very good to me, and I hope people feel like I've been good to the city. But me and the city have become very symbiotic, especially the CBD area and around there. I'm very happy with living in the city, and I must be honest, the city's treated me very well.
How did the Robfather come to be? Who is the Robfather?
How do you even answer a question like that? It is. I think it is what it is to whoever, whatever people want it to be, it is to them. That's a very complicated question, my friend, to answer.
In some circles, you're known as a rock god, and in some circles, you're known as someone that's very debaucherous, like...
God, don't the two go hand in hand? They're both a lie, though. I think, it was partly, it just happened. I didn't really notice when my private life started becoming public in the beginning. I didn't pay attention to it. And then my private life kind of became my public image by accident. I wasn't paying attention to it. I didn't notice it because, I'm playing with like huge acts, people like, Fuck Off or Taxi Violence or, Lock or whatever, international acts, whatever. And then you're kind of like, oh, the focus is all on them. No one gives a shit about me. Yeah. But people, you're staying next to them or you're on the same bill, so people do notice you. But you don't think they do because you're like, why would anyone care if I'm here playing, music or, whatever. I'm not a musician. I'm not one of the bands, so whatever. So I just carried on with being me, not realizing that, oh, you're actually staying next to these guys. People do see you. They do notice you. And then it just became this thing, and and then it was just like, well, fuck, it is what it is now, so what do? We can't change because people love it, so fucking milk it, man, just go for it, ride the wave, and be like, oh, okay, cool, you people like this? Fine, no worries, here we go, let's pull the curtain back and, have a look.
So is all attention good attention, do you think?
It depends how you handle it. I think, obviously, positive attention is positive, obviously. I'm a big believer in there's no such thing as bad publicity. People come up to me and says, oh, you're Robfather, you're that shit rock DJ. You can be like, well, you have heard of me. But I think it only becomes not good when people are, I've heard stories about myself where I'm like, holy shit, wow, okay. That definitely never happened, but, sometimes you're like, I wish it did. I wish that was true. And also you're just like, no, fuck, that's not cool, man. I think sometimes, Cape Town's very... it is. People talk and there's rumors, and a lot of times it's not true or it's very exaggerated. And even that, I'm like, ugh, whatever. Who gives a shit? The people who know me. But I think sometimes, especially when you're in a relationship, especially a new relationship, it can be quite difficult. Sometimes you just hit a bad patch where two of these things come out and you're just like, listen, it's not really like this. I mean, this is not true. And then, you know, she's like, oh, well, I don't know. This is like the third time this month I've heard something else. And it's like, well, you know. So I think sometimes they can not be good.
So why haven't you told your girlfriends that these are rumors you've deliberately planted?
No, I definitely have not deliberately. No, definitely not. No.
So what are some of the better? So what are some of the better rumors you've actually heard of yourself?
I think my favorite one is that someone told me. It's not a rumor. It's just something that someone said about me that I got told. Quite a well-known DJ told me that she was talking to some other DJs. And the one guy said, the only reason Robfather gets booked so much is because he plays music that people like. And and to him, this was a big like, ugh. And I was like, but I don't know, that's kind of my job, isn't it? You know, like, always loved that one. That was my favorite, yeah. So the only reason I get booked so much is because I play music that people enjoy. Fuck me, right? No, you know.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
No, look, I've done my time as an underground DJ, like in the late 90s and then, you know, early 2000s to late 2000s. I was in the electronic scene for a long time. You know this. I did electronic music parties, underground electronic parties. You know, we did Dark Side of the Moon, we did Live Evil, we did urban funk. You know, even like everything from deep house to drum and bass to dubstep to, you know, thrash electro, everything. And, you know, I did my time in underground, you know. And yeah, sure, then we were pushing boundaries and playing different stuff and moving scenes forward and, you know, bringing new scenes to the forefront and breaking music. But I felt like I've done, you know, I did like 15 years of that, you know. If I want to go out there, you know, play some finger in the air anthems, you know, like it. So what? Sure. You know? I did my time for the underground. So I'm allowed to go out and have fun and get paid.
So before we started the interview, you alluded that DJing nowadays is, what, 80% social media?
I don't think that's true for everyone. I'm not going to say that is what DJing is because I'm going to get a lot of hate comments. But I'm talking about myself personally, where I've moved on from more DJing and promoting sort of left field scenes, alternative scene at underground, to more moving into more sort of public eye, mainstream arena, where people have come to expect a certain thing from me. When, you know, when I step out there, you know, a lot of people, I mean, I've tried to play festivals with that white fur coat that I wear. And I got sick of it, and I tried to play a festival or a big concert without it, and there was a lot of flack, bro. People were like, where the fuck is the fur coat? And I was like, really? And people were generally like, no, dude, you got to wear the fur coat. You got to, why? Even the promoter guy was like, dude, why did you wear you got to wear the coat, dude? And people in the audience, even afterwards on Facebook, were like, dude, where was the fuck? Everyone was so obsessed about this fucking fur coat. I was like, okay, so I got to wear the fur coat, otherwise people don't like it. So it's become very much, I've changed. You know, like I said now, I would hesitate to call myself a DJ. I mean, technically I am DJing, but I think entertainer is a much... Because, I mean, now it's also moving to MCing and hosting stuff, and, you know, it's become this persona now. It doesn't always have to do with DJing. It's just Robfather, you know.
How do you think theatrics has helped?
A lot. For me, a lot. A lot. It set me apart from other people. Theatrics has definitely made a big difference. I'm a big believer in it. It's not for everybody. I know a lot of DJs hate it. You know, climbing on speakers and fucking bottles of champagne, whatever, you know, the case dragging girls off the crowd into the booth, or whatever, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're doing. And I know it's not for everyone, you know, and a lot of people look down on it, and that's fine, they can. I mean, I've had really well-known, respected, not as well-known and not as well-booked DJs say, call me a joke, not to my face, but to one of my girlfriends when they were drunk, and, you know, because they just can't deal with it. But I mean, that's okay. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when like some famous pop artist or pop rock band comes here, like a lot of people sort of go off, you know, like a you know, a commercial DJ comes here, and they lose it on social media. You know, they go crazy. You know, like why? It's like, what do you care? Then don't go to the fucking show. You know, why do you care if they're playing here? What does it make difference in your life? You know, they don't give a fuck, for sure. Like, I'm not saying I'm like a commercial pop artist at all. I'm not. I mean, I still play some pretty hard shit and whatever. It's just that, look, it's an anomaly. It's a difficult situation, you know. This thing just kind of happened, and it really shouldn't have. people took a liking to the situation and they just went with it. And I've never had a publicist or I don't really curtail my behavior for social media or photos. I mean, I've had brands not want to sponsor me because of my social media. I've had brands approach me to be sponsored, and obviously I agree. And then they have a look at my Instagram and they're like, no, they pull back out. They're like, sorry, bro, that view from the DJ booth, that hashtag view from the DJ booth, it's like, dude, there's too many fucked people on that thing. We can't actually be associated with you. Or book you to play our events, but you can't be a brand ambassador because look at this shit, dude. It's fucking crazy. I'm like, yeah, but that's my brand. You know what I mean? And I can't now all of a sudden go and not be that, because then my fan base, which is loyal and my family, that are at my shows and love my stuff and who I play for, that I do, then they're going to be like, dude, what the fuck? I would have betrayed all these people that put me where I am, and I'm not going to do that. So yeah, okay, fine. Then so it's like this weird space where a lot of sort of guys consider me to be a sellout, but then a lot of people consider me too wild and feral to have anything commercial going on. It's a weird space to occupy.
So is there anything you're looking forward to or working towards?
Well, as you know, at the moment, obviously we're in lockdown, so no more nightclubs, no more gigs, no more nothing.
How do you think that's going to evolve the industry and the scene?
It's going to beat the industry into a ground with a stick, which it has done. I've seen a lot of people crash and burn and suffer, myself included. I mean, like I was joking with some other guys, some other DJs and guys and musicians the other day. We had it so good for so long. We were kings of the weekend in the city, like absolutely. And then with a snap of our fingers, well, not our fingers, but a snap of, a virus's fingers, lockdown, and nothing. Like from literally bored on the throne to scrabbling around in the back alley, you know what I mean? And like I was joking, I said we're like celebrity hobos now. Because everyone knows you, but you're nobody. It's like you walk around like, oh, you're that guy from Aces, or you're that DJ. Or like, what do you do now? Like, oh, nothing, bro. Like, don't you have a cigarette for me? Like, nah, it's not that bad. But yeah, so now, I'm making hot sauce. People who know me know that I love cooking. I love food. And I never want to own a restaurant or anything like that because it's a nightmare. I don't want to be a chef either. But it's not for me. So yeah, now I'm doing the hot sauce. That's going well. The hot sauce is just a hot sauce that I manufacture and sell now.
So where can people get it?
At the moment, as you know, I've just moved house and we're busy building the new kitchen, or not building, but redoing this kitchen in this little industrial space. So we have a little factory. At the moment, so all production is on hold. The only place that really has stock of it right now is Nerona in Batencamp Street in town. Yeah.
What was the lowest point in your career, except for this one?
Well, okay, I would have to say obviously immediately the lockdown. Getting blamed on social media for stuff that I didn't do or wasn't part of, that was difficult. I won't go into the incident, but I was associated with it even though I wasn't present. That was hard. I took a lot of flack. Even I played Daisies that year. I thought I was going to lose my slot to Daisies, and that upset me, but they didn't. And then even backstage at Daisies, I took a lot of flack from other band people and like other DJs. So it was a long weekend of Daisies of explaining to people backstage the whole story, and not everything you read on social media is true. Okay, people, really. That was hard. I think a lot of people know about the incident in question, but yeah, that was tough, defending myself for something that I wasn't even present for. And that's why and after that became super cagey on social media. I mean, if you see my social media, my Facebook stuff, there's nothing personal, no opinions really. There's mainly just very surface level, interesting articles, whatever, TV shows, music. After that it changed my whole social media presence. After that, it became super cagey, everything went private. Yeah.
So you almost try not to trigger anyone.
Yeah. I mean, understandably, obviously I'm not going to say insane shit, that's like crazy or wrong. But it doesn't, obviously that you deserve to get hammered. But, sometimes you're just not even doing that and people take offense. They can drag you, bro, and they can make it bad. They can blow out of proportion if they link up with a bunch of like-minded people, Sure.
Do you actually have any advice for people who want to get into the industry as musicians or DJs?
Well, right now I would say definitely not, because it doesn't exist. There is no industry, so fucking don't. I mean, you can try, but it doesn't exist. There is no industry, and we don't know when it's going to come back. if it's ever going to come back, if it's going to come back in like the way we knew it. I mean, like I said, we had it good for a long time. Not that we had it good, we worked hard and we put on hell of shows. I think that's another thing that I actually want to address right now, actually off topic, but I need to talk about this, is a lot of people think, what we do, especially people on stage, and there's people often forget about the guys backstage also, but people on stage especially I'm talking about now, that it's easy or fun and we're getting paid money for jam. And it's tough, it's hard. Like, all they see is you on stage there for like 4 or 5 hours DJing or for an hour with your band. They don't see what goes into that. They don't see what comes along with it. They don't feel how you feel afterwards. And there's a reason that guys, when they get off stage, want to be left alone for 5-10 minutes. Because you're sucking up all that energy and this is a real thing. Anybody who's been on stage will tell you this. You're sucking up all that energy from that crowd. They're pushing it out to you. They're loving you. They're pushing the energy. So, being in a conversation with 1 or 2 people, it can be overwhelming. Imagine 5,000 people talking to you, conversation, energy, coming, and they focus it all on you. And you're sucking all of that up like a fucking sponge, and you are sucking it into yourself, which is a lot to take in. And you're converting that. You're like a transformer. Like not the robot kind, the electrician kind. And you are pushing it, you're amplifying it, and you're pushing it back out onto them. You need your 10 minutes of that. And I think, and also a lot of people don't realize, like we were talking about earlier, you hear stuff about yourself. It's not even true. There's so much stress and anxiety and like stuff that goes on around, also with bands, practicing for hours, and the money they put into that. Like, it's not as easy as everyone thinks. I'm not saying it's not fun. It is. It's good. But we chose that life. And along with that life, we also chose the instability, the not knowing where your next paycheck's coming from. All the effort and stuff that you put in that you might never get out, or getting fucked around by promoters, getting screwed over by people. People wanting to fight you for no reason whatsoever, just because they recognize your face for some reason. Or their girlfriend passed some comment about you and now they want to break your neck, for like getting harassed. People think you're an arrogant puss for no reason except that they've seen your face or name on a poster. They don't even know you. How many times in my life I've had people have conversations with me at a gig or a show or just out, and after like 10, 15, 20 minutes of conversation, they're like, you know what, I thought you're a real fucking arrogant asshole until I met you and I chatted to you and you're actually, you're a nice guy. And I was like, so, and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of stress and it's a lot of effort and the traveling and the loneliness, like touring, it's lonely. Especially for me, I'm a DJ. Like if you're a band, at least you have your homies. You go on tour, you have like your 4 buds or your 3 buds and you're together doing stuff. Touring as a DJ, it's just you and your B&B, dude. Like, I think at this point, with everything I've done, and I've been so lucky. I've been incredibly lucky. I was the right place, the right time. I've also put in my bit and my effort and, done my thing. But yeah, I think at this point in my life, with everything that's happening, I just want to say thank you. Honestly, thank you to everyone. Thank you to people that came to the shows, people who put up with my shenanigans, people who booked me, people who believed in me, to all the festival promoters, the concert promoters, the club owners, the people who come to the shows sometimes week after week. Some of you week after week for the last 9 years, you're like family now. Like people that came to my shows that I just saw in front of the DJ booth week after week after week are now, after literally 8-9 years of coming, like I'm not kidding when I say there are people out there that have like at least minimum twice a month will be at my show, will be right there in front of the DJ booth, will be, thank you for all the shots or not, I don't know. I'm so grateful. I'm just so lucky, like so lucky, honestly. And hopefully sometime in the near future, I will be able to come back and repay or just, make it happen again for all of us, Because, like they say, Robfather is a good party. Robfather party is a good party. I think we know that. And I think I like to imagine that maybe 1 or 2 people are missing it. I certainly do. And I want to get back out there and make a jewel for us again. But to everyone that has supported me in everything, and to all the ex-girlfriends that have put up with a lot. I'm not sorry, but thank you. Thank you to everyone. Honestly, that's what I want to say. That's what I think. At this point, I'm just so humbled, actually. Because really pay attention for the majority of it. I was like, whatever, it's just nonsense, no one gives a shit really, it's just a joke. And you get to the point where it becomes so overwhelming, like, shit, this is not a joke. Actually, people actually give a fuck, and they actually do come to your shows, and they actually do want to see you, and they actually, it's a real thing, and then you're like, fuck, dude, I don't deserve this. Like, unbelievably humbled me, unbelievably. I think people laugh at me using that word, but yeah.
So do you think there is a way to actually make money online by still entertaining people and playing music for them?
I thought if you cut it off at entertaining people, I was like, definitely go to some sort of porn account. Yeah, but no. I don't know. I think there's so much free content online. Why would anyone pay to watch me DJ? I mean, I don't expect anyone to. I really don't. Why? Why would anyone pay anyone? Unless you like a real turntablist, someone, a turntablist who actually does things, or like you're incredibly famous, or someone like, I don't know, legend steps out of retirement and comes and plays like a set, Obviously, you'd go and watch, Jeff Mills is doing a set, okay, let's go watch that, because fuck, I think live musicians is different, because it can be intimate. But then I feel like, but then again, there's so much free content on the internet. Why would I pay to watch someone, unless it's a personal band of mine that I love? But then I think people are also half supporting them because they want to support them, No one's actually like, fuck, I love these guys, I'm going to pay $150 to watch them play. And I feel like if people do that, then from the artist side, they should try and make it as intimate as possible. Not just sit down there or sit in their lounge or whatever and just go run through the songs. Fuck that. If some people are paying to watch you play online, interact with them, talking to the camera. If you see someone's name pop up the bottom, they say, how's it, Jed, whatever, Just have a chat and be intimate. I think then it feels more like your money's worth. Obviously, people must do what they want. I'm not a live musician. Disagree with me if you want, because I actually have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to playing live music in front of people. It's just how I feel as a spectator, as an audience member, watching live shows,
So does that mean Robfather's dead? Or what is the future now for Robfather?
It's a complicated question. I think a lot of people who know me, even just as acquaintances, know that the persona goes a lot deeper into the city than DJing. DJing is almost just, a small aspect. So no, I don't think it will. I don't think the city will let it, even if I wanted to. I have tried. Every time you get out, they pull you back in. Yeah, no. So no, I don't think I have a choice in that matter. I think I really would have to move.
So do you have a message to yourself in the future?
In the future, from now? Well,
to yourself in the future.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I mean, I have to fuck up first before I can go back and say, don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think a good message to myself is, if you meet someone and she's very beautiful and she seems crazy and your friends say she's crazy, dude, she's crazy. Okay, just step away. I'm joking. I'm just joking. It's not referring to anyone. It was just a joke. Yeah, I don't know what advice I would give myself 10 years from now. Probably, yeah. I mean, who knows? What ginormous life mistake I'm going to make this week. Yeah. It's always an adventure. The fuck ups are many and constant. But, as long as you enjoy them and learn from them, I guess. I'm very lucky. That's all I can say, really. I'm lucky and I'm grateful. What I hope is happening, actually, I want to say this. What I hope, I mean, obviously, people must do what they want to do, but in kind of like my secret fantasy world that I have positive and happy thoughts, is that I hope that all the musicians and singers and, entertainers who are suffering at the moment, and it's hard, I know they're getting the love and support they need from people, I hope. If you have a musician friend or singer friend or anything like that, please just reach out, send them a WhatsApp or a Facebook message, be like, yo, are you okay? Do you need, just do it. Okay, if you've got a job, permanent job, and you don't have to give them a million rand or whatever, but just give them a buzz and just check that they're okay, because I've heard some stories from some people, it's tough, very tough. I got some frights, actually. Some people are having it really hard. So just reach out to your musician and like live band buddies, no, obviously not the ones that are okay, but the ones that you might suspect are a bit wobbly. Just reach out, just do it, please. It's going to make a difference to them in a big way. yeah, and also hope that all those people that are at home that are creatives, musicians, singers, songwriters, that they are using this time to put pen to paper and maybe come up with some new concepts, new songs, so when this whole thing eventually fucking ends, we get a whole new fresh wave of stuff coming out, new bands, new songs, new sounds, I'm hoping for a whole new genre to come out of lockdown. Actually, would be quite interesting. So I hope people are being creative and stuff like that. And yeah, listen, guys, the family is big. Everyone knows, everyone that goes on there performs every weekend, whether it's DJing or on the stage, band, musician, and everyone, we know who you are. Those people that are out there every weekend, supporting them, buying drinks so they can get paid, paying cover charge so they can get paid. Everybody, we really have to, everybody that's involved in the scene, from your bouncers and your barmen to your punters to your, everyone, to your entertainers. We've got it right there now. So just look after each other and remember that you're still the same family. We're just a bit separated right now, but don't lose each other during this thing, because now is the time where you really have to. We always like to talk about each other like we're a family, but because the scene is small, and you know me, and I know you, and now is the time where we have to act like it, seriously. People need each other now, whether it's financially, mental health, just some companionship, someone to talk to, whatever it is. Now is the time to prove that we are the family that we always say we are. We've got it right there, so just hold on to it, make it happen, seriously.